which is awesome. And then you just make 4/4s for 4. Um, you just make 4/4s for 4. Uh, I mean, yeah, this card's absurd. This is a flat A. Um, it's just, yeah. I mean, like, wow. Like, oh god, it's so good, really good. Yeah, this will win you the game, so take that into consideration. The Scorpion God, 3 black red. For a legendary creature god, 6/5 for 5, which is like above the curve by a lot. And then when a creature with a -1/-1 counter on it dies, draw a card, and 1 black red, put a -1/-1 counter on another target creature. So this is just gonna start killing creatures, and you get to draw cards, and it's a 6/5 for 5. So that's good. That's decent, right? Yeah, this is an A. You're just gonna win the match once you cast this card. I'm confident in saying that. All right. The Unraveling Mummy. 1 white, black, 2/3 uncommon zombie. 1 in a white, target attacking zombie gains lifelink until end of turn. 1 in a black. Did I say 1 in a? Did I say 1 in a black? I think I did. 1 in a white. 1 in a black, target attacking zombie gains death touch until end of turn. I think this would be a lot better if it wasn't attacking, but I understand that it's an aggressive format. So you're probably attacking every turn anyway, right? Either way, this is a card you're gonna want in your white-black zombie deck. Either lifelink or death touch are both extremely good things to give creatures, and it's at a reasonable cost. I like this card a lot. The zombie decks will be happy with it. This is, to me, a B-. What do we got? We're moving on to the Aftermath cards. So, first up, we've got Farm, which is 2 and a white. Excuse me. 2 and a white. Instant. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. It's an uncommon. And then the second half is Market, which is draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards, and that's 2 and a blue. I like this. Farm is worth playing in a white deck, in my opinion, just to kill a creature, make them sack actually, no, it's destroy, sorry. So just to kill a creature on attacking or blocking is good enough for me. And then I like Market, draw 2, discard 2 is, the fact that it sits in your graveyard and you can just kind of have the leeway to cast that whenever is nice to me. I love Faithless Looting. So I like Farm to Table. In a plain white deck, I think you'll play this. And then in a white-blue deck, you'll be very happy with this. I think this is... and also, I'll just say this before we get to the rest of these, but these Aftermath cards are way, way, way better than they were in Amonkhet. And they were good in Amonkhet, so consider that. But either way, I think Farm to Table is a very good card. I will give this card a B-. Alright. Consign to Oblivion. Consign is 1 in a blue. This is an uncommon again. Instant, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Great. And an Oblivion is 4 in a black. Target opponent discards 2 cards. I like this one a lot. So, at their end step, you bring something back to their hand, and then you make them discard it, because they have to discard 2 cards. And by the time you have 5 mana, you probably have the ability to do that already. I'm a big fan of this card. I like casting either side of this. Well, not really. I mean, I like casting the first half of this, which is the important part. Remember, as long as you're in blue, you want to actively, as long as you're in the top color, you want to actively be interested in casting that card. And I am actively interested in casting an Unsummon, even though Unsummon is in the set already. Can't have too many Unsummons, right? But then once you're also in black and you have the ability to make them dump their hand like that, this card just becomes even better. I really like this card, and I'm going to give it. I'm going to give this another B minus. Claim to Fame. Claim is black for a sorcery, uncommon. Return target creature card with convert mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Fame is 1 as a 1 in a red for a sorcery. Target creature gets +2/+0 and haste until end of turn. I mean, the modern and standard implications for this card are ridiculous. I think we can say that pretty confidently. But the limited implications for this card are also pretty dramatic. This is a very strong card. Reanimating a creature for 1 mana is the going rate, in my opinion. Uh, and then giving any creature haste at any point in the game that you want for 1 in a red, and it gets +2/+0. I'm fine having that as a flashback card because it's like I already used the reanimation part. I feel like this is a card I'm a big fan of in either black, definitely in black, and then in black red even more so. I really think this is a very strong card, dramatically strong, and I'm gonna give this a B. Struggle to Survive, 2 in a red. This is just another good red removal spell for an uncommon instant. Deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. I don't even need to look at the bottom half. You can just ignore the bottom half because that's already a B+. The fact of the matter is that the bottom half is Survive, which is 1 in a green. Each player shuffle his or her graveyard into the library. I mean, I don't even care. I don't even care about that part. Like, it's whatever. You can come up with some reason for it. Point is, this card's a B+. It's 3 to a creature at instant speed for 3 mana, and that's great. Appeal to Authority. Appeal is green, uncommon sorcery. Until end of turn, target creature gets trample and gains +X/+X, where X is the number of creatures you control. And then Authority is 1 in a white. Tap up to 2 target creatures your opponents control. Creatures you control gain vigilance until end of turn. So if actually getting Overrun in the set, which we almost got, wasn't good enough, we have sort of this like mini Overrun. And I think this is really good. I think Appeal is a very strong card for pushing a lot of damage through. And I think Authority is really good when you want to take that Alpha Strike. I think this makes the green-white decks very, very, very much stronger. And I like this card considerably. The fact that this lets you just really, really beat in for a lot of damage when you're time. You know, I yeah, I think this is a really nice card. The fact that the first half of sorcery speed is a little bit of a ding, but I'll still pretty happily give this a B minus, I think, or maybe a C plus. This is maybe more of a C plus than a B minus, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a C plus, actually. All right, now we have Leave to Chance. Leave is 1 in a white, instant, rare. Turn any number of target permanents you own to your hand. And then Chance is 3 in a red, and basically discard any number of cards, then draw them any cards. This is more of a constructed card to me. I guess Leave is good for saving creatures from combat and stuff like that. Chance I'm not super into. If you're if you're doing the thing that's if you're saving things from combat with Leave, you probably don't want to ditch them away with Chance. But I guess Chance could be good later in the game when you have like a couple lands that you want to get rid of. I think this is ultimately probably a good card. But mostly just a card good at saving creatures from combat. I think this is probably more like a C. Maybe even a C minus, actually. I don't know how actively interested you are in getting this card. So I think this is probably more of a C minus card to me. Okay, Reason to Believe. Blue. Reason is blue for a sorcery, and it says scry 3. and it's a rare. So contrary to popular belief, this is not Brainstorm. Um, but Scry 3. I really don't like that. I don't. I'm not really big on setting up the draws like that. Especially at sorcery speed. And then believe is 4 and a green. Look at the top card of your library. You may put it onto the battlefield if it's a creature card. If you don't, put it in your hand. So I guess the intended thing in this is like the blue-green ramp deck where you've got like a bunch of fatties, and it's like, ooh, I scry this big fatty at the top, and then for 4 mana I get to cast my 7-drop instead of, for 7 mana. And I get that. I'm not sure how good this is. I think it is probably not great. I'm gonna go ahead and give this card a C-. And I'm pretty confident in that, but I could be wrong. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's great. Grind to Dust. Now this is great. 1 in a black, sorcery, rare. Put a -1/-1 counter on each up to 2 target creatures. So this will automatically sometimes kill a creature, right? But then Dust, 3 in a white, exile any number of target creatures that have -1/-1 counters on them. Okay, so remember all that stuff I said about the gods? Well, let's gets rid of the gods pretty easily. So that's good. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. This is gonna exile, 2 creatures and make them weak enough so that they can't really kill you before the time that you have to cast Dust. And then, you can also just, load up the counters, and then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to wipe your board. 3 mana board wipe. 4 mana board wipe. So, this is a very good card. Any white-black deck is going to want this, and actually any black deck is going to want this too. So, I'll just go ahead and give this a, B. Refuse to cooperate. 3 and a green, instant for rare. It's at rare. Refuse deals damage to target spell's controller equal to that spell's CMC. And then Cooperate is 2 and a blue for an instant. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for that copy. I'm not into this card. I don't see it working out for anybody. I don't know. I don't see this being that good. 4 mana to deal, I don't know what, 4 damage to a target player. I mean, you really got to snag them too. And then the bottom half, for a 3 mana redirect, I'm not not happy about. Not even redirect, whatever. Yeah, I don't really like this card. I'm gonna give this a C-. Maybe even this. I don't know. It's not exactly in the point where it's like this is jank, but it's not great. It's a C-. All right, last one. Driven to Despair. This is actually in contention. This and Claim to Fame are, in my opinion, like the top 2 cards of the set. With the gods also. Driven, 1 in a green, sorcery, rare. Till end of turn, creatures you control gain trample, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So all your creatures gain trample and curiosity for 1 in a green. Great. Sure. Once you cast this on, I think you want 3 creatures to have this, but if you do this on 2 creatures, sure. You're still drawing 2 cards. Pretty strong. You'll play that so already in a green deck, I'm giving that probably I don't know, I guess a B, B-, something like that. But then Despair is 1 in a black, sorcery, till end of turn, creatures you control get menace, and whenever they attack a player, whenever they deal combat damage to a player, they discard a card. So it turns all your creatures into specters. Yeah, that's crazy. So in a black-green deck, this is honestly an A-. But in just a plain green deck, I think this is a B. But this card is really good. Really, really good. I really like this card, and I'm personally excited about it because I love Dredge in Modern,